Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the making of Indian Constitution. We know the Constitution is made by a constituent assembly. Our Constituent Assembly was elected by the members of the provisional legislative assemblies as per the Government of India Act of 1935. But before the thinking of framing a constituent assembly, Indian leaders have really written a constitution in 1928 under leadership of Motilal Nehru. But there was no country to implement it. Practically, there was no use of it. And in 1931, Karachi session of the Indian National Congress gave an emphasizing point that India would give voting right to every citizen, that is universal adult franchise. You must understand, many of the European countries have not given. They are said to be developed countries, but they had not given at that time. And you must understand, 1931 itself, Indian leaders had thought about it. And when we go into the Indian movement, when it came to 1949, we have really achieved a great change. And we know Indian Constitution was written by a Constituent Assembly, and they completed writing it on 26th November 1949. That day is celebrated as the Constitution Day of India. 27th November, they could have implemented the Constitution. 27th November would have become the Republic Day of India. But the leaders did not implement the Constitution on that day because they wanted 26th January to be kept in the memory of Indian people. Because the first Independence Day was celebrated on 26th January 1930 as per the decisions taken by the Congress session held at Lahore in 1929. So from 1930 till 1949 January, they celebrated that day as Independence Day. But real independence has come on 15th August. So to keep this 26th January, the leaders have decided to implement the Constitution on 26th January. That is the reason it was put into practice or effect on 26th January 1950. Indian Constitution has borrowed its ideas from varied constitutions of the world. We have studied different constitutions, but we have not mugged up. We have taken the ideas from those constitutions and changed according to our socio-economic, political, religious customs and practices and situations of India. From America we have taken Bill of Rights. But all the things that are in the Bill of Rights are not copied as it is. There are some changes we made. We have taken the socialistic ideology from the Russian constitution. The basic structure of government, that is parliamentary system of government, from British constitution. Still we did not keep India as a monarchy. Britain is having monarchy. We have got a president as the head of the country. Then the ideas of fraternity, equality, liberty, they are taken from the French society, which they propagated, promulgated or made public by their French Revolution. So, having varieties, we have our constitution. The members of the Constituent Assembly were elected in the month of July 1946. And the first meeting was held in the month of December 1946. They planned to write a constitution. But when it came to 1947 August, we know what has happened. The country was divided into two nations. So separate constituent assemblies were to be formed. You must understand the pain and tension of the political leaders and social leaders of that time. Millions were killed due to fight on the basis of religion. And our Constituent Assembly had 299 members. The Constituent Assembly wrote the Constitution. Still we accept it. Why do we accept those constitutions? That's a question. Because the Constitution was not a selfish expression of the members of the Constituent Assembly. They had no prejudiced mindset. The members were open and they were systematic and consensual in manner. Each member was trying to be convinced with their arguments. Every member had an open mind for discussions and debates and get convinced and to convince others. Every member was ready to listen to the viewpoints of other members. So naturally, there were discussions, debates and arguments for so many days. 114 days they discussed. 114 days, it is not between holidays, exactly 114 days they discussed, debated, argued, changed, altered, amended the original constitution they wanted. And they appointed a committee under leadership of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar to draft the skeleton of the constitution. And that skeleton they have put flesh by all the members together. And you must understand the discussions and debates in the Constituent Assembly was written down by shorthand writers of that time. And those writings has come into 12-volume books, big books of 12 volume. So discussions, viewpoints of everybody, every member in the Constituent Assembly were recorded. Even if majority of the members of the Constituent Assembly were from the Congress party, there were varied thinkings there. They had come from different locations. They had come from different geographical surroundings. They had come from different economical backgrounds. They had come from different social situations. They had come from different religious beliefs. They had come from different caste groups. They had different political thinkings. So naturally, all those socio-political things have brought the Constitution into a great record for the nation of India. That you must understand. Each word or each clause were discussed and debated by the members of the Constituent Assembly. And this Constituent Assembly members wrote down their constitution. And if you read the preamble of the Indian Constitution, we will understand what was their thinking. Detailed discussion of the preamble had been done in the class. Still, I will go through a run-up to the preamble of Indian Constitution. You know what is preamble? It's a guidance, foreword. What is inside? The nutshell of the Constitution would be understood if you know the preamble. First itself, you know, the preamble tells we, the people of India. So the Constituent Assembly members have not told we, the members of the Constituent Assembly. They told we, the people of India. So the Constitution is not for the members of the Constituent Assembly, it is for the people of India. Since all the citizens cannot come to the Constituent Assembly, sit down, write everything or discuss everything, a group of members were sent, and those group of members had a clear-cut vision what they wanted for the nation. And we must understand, Indian Constitution is the Constitution till now it remains. Many other countries' constitutions that were written during that period are amended, changed or thrown out. Again new constitution, so many changes, but the basic structure of Indian Constitution has not been changed, and no stronger organizations have come up in protest against the basic structure of Indian Constitution. Individual ideologies, individual thinkings are there. That's natural. That should be there. But a common cause has taken that the basic structure of the Indian Constitution is wrong, it should be absolutely changed. That thinking has not come up, or that teachings have not come up, because our Constitution has been brought out by the leaders to have the best one that is possible according to Indian socio-economic, religious, political situations. So we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Sovereign means, supreme. Secular, socialist, sharing of the wealth. Secular, not having any religious mindset, not having any religious feelings. And democratic republic. Democratic means the government elected by the people. A republic means the head of the country is elected. It is not a monarchy. So that is the decision we have to. That's a solemnly resolved. Resolution is taken. That's a resolve. And to secure all citizens. Who is telling? We are telling to ourselves, to our own citizens, to Indian citizens, to the members of the Constituent Assembly. They are also like that. They are also members of the country named India. Justice. What one has to get? That justice. What kind of justice? Social. If a person has to get a respect in the society, he should get what is his. That's justice for you. Economic justice. If a person is working from morning till evening, there is an allotted salary is there or wages allotted planned, that should be given. That's justice. If it is not given, it becomes injustice. That's justice. Political means if I have got a right to get a share in a governmental system, I should be given. If I am not given, it becomes injustice to me. So that is justice. That's what one has to get. Who will consider that? We will come discuss later. Liberty means freedom. Or what kind of freedom you want? Thought. You should have freedom to think whatever you want. Somebody is at a gun with you behind you. You will not have no freedom to think. Somebody tells you not to think. Yeah. So you should be completely left free to think. Then only you can progress. So you should be having freedom to think. Expression, whatever you think, you should have freedom to. If you express, I will be shot dead, then I will not express. I will keep whatever thinking is I am. If I am afraid that if I express my things, I will be put in jail, I will be afraid. If I am thinking that if I express, I will lose my livelihood or means of life, I will not express. So I should have the freedom to express. That means if I express, nothing would happen to me. That is the main expression. Believe, I can believe. I should have the freedom to believe whatever I like to believe. Nobody should tell me, no, don't believe it. That is left to me to decide. Somebody may say, many may say many things, but I should have the freedom to believe what I like. Faith in anything. Worship. All those things are given in the Constitution. Equality. What kind of equality I want? Of status. Everybody should be equal. Opportunity. If I want to become the President of India, I should be given same chance like any other person. If I want to become the Prime Minister of the country, I should be given same chance. If I want to become a clerk, I should be given the same chance. If I want to become a teacher in the government services, I should be given same chance like any other person who is qualified like me. Chance should be same. SOE entrance examinations are being held. Examinations are held. Even politics also. It's also examination. The election is an examination. If you pass in the examination, you get selected. If you don't get, people put you minus mark, you are out of the election. So you will not get chance. The judges are the person who puts a mark or tells you go. That is the citizens. Quality of status and opportunity, and to promote among them all, promote among all the citizens. What do you want to promote? Fraternity. Means all Indians are my brothers and sisters. We are all brothers. That feeling, brotherhood feeling, fraternity. Assuring, but fraternity, assuring the dignity. Each individual is important. He is dignified person. He should be respected. Individual and unity and integrity of the nation. In essence, you see, in our Constituent Assembly, the 26th day of November 1949, we do hereby adopt, enact, and give it to ourselves a constitution. We do not write and give the constitution of Pakistan, or China, or Nepal, or Sri Lanka, or Myanmar. We wrote the constitution and we gave it to our own citizens, to ourselves. That is Republic means the head of the country is elected. So that is the things that we must understand. We have designed our institutions. Parliament. How many members should be in the parliament? What are the powers of the parliament? What are the powers of the prime minister? How the prime minister should be elected? Prime minister should be responsible to whom? President needs to be elected. What is the president's responsibility? So those are institutions. The institution of president, his powers, his duties, his responsibilities. Parliament powers and responsibilities. All those things are written down in the Constitution of India. How many years once a parliament is elected? How parliament members can do so? So all many of things are clear-cut definitions and descriptions are given in the Constitution. Thus, our Constitution is one of the great document which have given us a great stay in the government of India. Thank you very much.